Hey there, miners. This is Lawrence Cohen coming at you. This is episode 2 of a multi-episode series that I'm coming out with to just help some new miners get into the mining. And today I want to touch on what to mine and kind of effectively analyze what you're looking at. So most people are just going to turn on their mining rig and they're going to mine Ethereum, which is a good idea. But you're also probably going to be staring at what to mine, and occasionally you're going to see other coins pop up ahead of Ethereum, and you're going to get worried. Whoa, is this the next big thing? Chances are no, but you're going to be looking at this, and maybe you're thinking of mining other coins, or maybe you just want to get in on that little moment where it's more profit. I get that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of look at what to mine and kind of give you a better understanding, more or less, like the thought process that I go through when I look at it. And I'll be honest with you, I'm just mining Ethereum, and I got another rig on Nice Hash, so nice and easy. And then what I do is I take my Ethereum, I take my Bitcoin, and I take that, and I kind of have a cryptocurrency portfolio. And I'll get into that in a later episode. But you're going to look at these other coins. They're going to be racing up the charts, and you're going to be tempted to mine them. And hey, maybe it makes sense to mine them. So I'm going to give you a few pointers on how to kind of like look at what to mine and help you make informed decisions. I'm not saying don't mine those coins, but I'm just going to give you a little bit of what you're looking at. So for example, let's take, and you're going to see this coin. Metaverse, ETP. Some people call this the Chinese Ethereum. I've mined it before. It's not a bad coin. Now, one thing you got to be aware, though, is if you start mining all these different coins, you got to send that coin somewhere, a wallet. Now, some of these kind of oddball coins, the wallets are kind of a pain in the you-know-what, and you don't really want to populate your desktop with them. So what you're going to do probably is you're going to send them right to an exchange. And I'll get into that in another episode. But I'm also going to get into looking at those exchanges briefly on this episode. So let's look at this ETP metaverse, okay? Now, first of all, the price. You're like, okay, obviously it's not a lot of money today to mine this. But Bitfinex is where they got that price. Well, if you're not going to deal with Bitfinex, you might not get that price. So let's go over to CoinGecko. Now, this is kind of like the... This gives all the prices for all the different coins. There's other ones. There's CoinMarketCap and stuff like that. This is just the one I prefer. Okay. So if I look at Metaverse, it's got its hourly gains and losses, and over the year, obviously, it's not doing super well. But this thing does show up on what to mine in some pretty high spots occasionally. So. Bitfinex isn't even in the top trading pairs, so let's kind of see. Let's see where Bitfinex falls. So Bitfinex is kind of a bit down here in terms of volume. It's kind of like the lower volume, but it's given a better price. At least the moment that what to mine chose to depict it. According to this, actually, looks like HitBTC and MXC are giving better prices. Now, I have used HitBTC. It's not a bad exchange. It's decentralized, which is nice, which means you don't have to supply KYC, which is know your customer, so you don't have to give them your passport and license, stuff like that. Now, with that, there's going to be some differences. Some people are going to know limitations. Some people are going to note higher fees, but with some of that also comes a certain level of anonymity. So if that's something that's important to you, not bad. Now it does give a trust score, so HitBTC here. It's fair. So I mean, it's not down in the doldrums. So I've used HitBTC and I've had no problems. So now one thing you do want to look at is let's look at the system miner for HitBTC. And right now for ETP, our metaverse, deposits are offline. So all I'm saying is kind of have a big picture idea before you just kind of like throw your rig on a coin, okay? So even if you did set up your account, great. You got your HitBTC ready to go. you got to be aware that deposits are offline. So one thing you also want to be aware of is once you get into the exchange, and I'll touch on this later, but there's minimum amounts that you need to make a trade, and you're going to probably be trading it into Bitcoin, Ethereum, or USD, some main coin of commodity. So, but unfortunately, at the moment, it's offline. So it says they're investigating. So I'm not sure what that means. Could be nefarious. Could be pretty normal. So yeah. So you're looking to send it to an exchange. Just be aware of the exchange that you're sending it to, that you're dealing with. Make sure that those prices jive with what you're looking at on whattomine. Now, if you're mining something that's pretty conventional, like Ethereum, Bitcoin, stuff like that, you're kind of like your top tier coins. You're probably going to look at dealing with something like this, and that's your Exodus crypto wallet. And the great thing with this wallet, and there's other wallets like it. I mean, this doesn't have to be the one you use. I like this one. I've used this one. I've used some other ones. Atomic Wallet, Zelcore. They're all good in their own way. So I personally prefer Exodus, but that's just me. They're not giving me any money to say that, so don't worry. So yeah, so I'll get into this wallet at a different time, but this is definitely where I'd be sending most of my coins. But this one for sure, you're not going to be able to send Metaverse to this, and if we go on a whattomine, you're not going to be able to send like Aeon or some of these oddball coins. You can't send it to your Exodus wallet. So the good thing with Exodus wallet is you can exchange your coins within the wallet. You don't have to go and exchange, that's kind of why I like it. I'm not a big fan of these exchanges. So, but yeah, be aware of some of these exchanges. Most of the big ones are going to require that you show identification, and if you're comfortable with it, that's fine. I mean, keep in mind there's some tax ramifications with that, depending on the country that you live in. That could be substantial. Maybe even there's some countries where crypto is illegal. So definitely you're not going to want to, raise up the red flag and say, look what I'm doing. So, but yeah, so what I'm kind of doing is, like with these episodes, is I'm going through some of the methodology that I use, and I take it right from the graphics card all the way to money in your hand. And when I say money in your hand, I'm not talking about like the exchange and we're going to send it to like a bank account, because I'm not really a big fan of the KYC and all that stuff. So I'm going to take it all the way to the point where I'm going to walk you down to a Bitcoin ATM, and we're going to have money in our hand at the end of that episode. So that's kind of what we're looking at. So that's kind of because I know you're going to go from graphics card to whattomine, or whattomine to a graphics card, and just kind of have a pretty good idea of what you're looking at. So now you're going to look at other calculators, and if they're good, they're going to be pretty dead on to what you're going to see on whattomine. So let's go to Cryptex. And this is a great site. I've never used their software. It's Windows based. I'll get into that later on personally. My opinion, it's just my opinion, but if you're gonna, when you're picking out software that you want to use on your mining rig, if you're gonna go Windows, I find it's just a big fat headache. I mean, Windows hates mining, and even if you get it dialed in, like just working beautifully, they're gonna send out an update and everything's just gonna go to hell. So yeah. Not a big Windows fan, so I'm all Linux based. I'll get into that in probably a couple episodes down the road. I'm a big Simple Miner, SMOS kind of guy. I've used HiveOS. I used MinerSat before. All good programs. It's kind of a personal thing. It's just what you like. So when I'm looking at Cryptex here, and they're really good. So 580s. They're giving it both the same kind of information as whattomine, although they're not giving as much. They're not giving as much information as far as where they get their information from, which is nice because whattomine saying, hey, we're sourcing this exchange information. So, but yeah, so. But you're going to be looking at whattomine, Cryptex. There's a few other ones that are pretty good, pretty reliable. Now there's some whack job ones. I'm trying to think of if I can remember. Crypto. I don't know. I forget. There was one crypto one. I'm not sure it's still around. And it had a lot of like oddball coins, like Nilu and stuff like that. And I don't know what kind of metrics they were using, but once in a while things would go awry, and they try to tell you that you're gonna make like $100 a day on Nilu coin with like a RX 560, and if you're new, you're like, whoa, hey, jackpot. But yeah, Cryptex, whattomine, they're pretty reliable, so I'd kind of stick to those. And yeah, like I touched on before, the Exodus wallet, that's really nice. If you're sending stuff to exchange, like I said, make sure you kind of check out their system monitor. Every exchange has got one. And just so you know, like, your crypto can go there, and also know that your crypto can leave. Okay, so like, let's say deposits were online. Check this out. The withdrawals are offline. So I mean, it would even suck more if you got your money there and you can't get it back. So yeah, kind of have a big picture idea before you kind of pull the trigger. So that's what this episode was going to kind of wanted to touch on. So I hope that was helpful.